Welcome to Front Porch America, and this is Beers with Billy. And this is going to be our filler episodes. I'm going to bring Billy down every time I need some extra footage while I'm editing some of the footage that we've done or some of the interviews I've done. So this segment is Beers with Billy. And before we get into that, I'd like to thank the Fat Boy app out of Clay, Kentucky for sponsoring our podcast. The Fat Boy app is a mom and pop locator for restaurants. So, you can get on Google or any of those and find any restaurant you want that's a big chain restaurant. A lot of times you can't find those mom and pops, and the Fat Boy app does that. So when you sign up for the Fat Boy app, not only do you get to figure out where all those mom and pop restaurants are, you're going to save 5% on your check. When you're done eating and you go pay, they're going to give you a card. The Fat Boys are going to give you a card. You're going to show it to your restaurant when you're checking out, and they're going to give you 5% off your ticket. Not only that, you're going to have your own personal QR code, and when someone signs up for the Fat Boy app, they scan that code, and you're going to get 60 cents every person that signs up right off the top.
That's cool.
So thank them for sponsoring us and this podcast. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's Beers with Billy. What's up, Bill?
Pretty good. They call me, you got to tell them why they call me Bill. Been there since I've been a little bitty.
I don't even know why we called you Bill.
Because my dad's name was Billy.
Because Papa Bill. Yeah. I mean, it's just been Bill.
Like, I still get called
46 years old, and I still call you Bill. For those who don't know, Bill is my uncle, who is what are you, 46? So you're a year older than I am right now. And we're more like brothers than we are anything like that.
Some stories. We get into that.
So we're going to get into some stories from not only our childhood, but all the way up until
now.
I mean, and we've got some doozies, and if you know our family, you'll understand the situation. So I guess, Billy, let's start off. We've got a big family.
Biggins. I have 12 siblings.
Yeah, it's God dang, you do have 12 siblings, don't you?
Nine sisters and 2 brothers. And your mom's the oldest one.
My mom's the oldest out of them. So let's switch over. Yeah, switch over. We're just checking. So we're still trying to work out all the kinks, and we wanted to
I'm the guinea pig.
Yeah, before we published a interview and wasted anybody's time. Not that I'm not wasting your time, but it's more of a sit down. We wanted to make sure that all of our equipment is working like it should, and it's been a journey. But so let's get into it. What's the story? Let's give them a story.
I just come back from Mexico.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Week.
So tell us about that.
85-degree weather.
Did you go on a cruise?
On a cruise to Mexico on the Carnival of Valor.
Where'd you leave out of?
New Orleans.
Oh, that's right. You left out on Super Bowl Sunday. How was the traffic getting down there?
Horrible. Bad. So then we got moved to different parking garage, but they shuttled us over there. It was an 8-hour trip down the Mississippi River.
Good Lord.
That was
before you even got into the
ocean.
Oh, you're some of the first to sail across the Gulf of America.
That's right. First one. He even flew over top of the Gulf of America when we went.
Did you take pictures while you were sailing across the Gulf of America now?
Well, my wife did. Yeah. Tiffany did. I did.
Oh, man.
Went to Cozumel, Mexico, 85 degrees. Then we went to Progreso, Mexico, with the Mayan ruins.
Yeah, so it was funny because I'm a history geek, and you sent me that picture, or no, what was it? The meteor.
Meteor, that was 65 million years ago. That guy told us, our archaeologist told us 65 million years ago. That's where the asteroid hit and killed everything off the planet. That many years ago, killed all the dinosaurs. Now the crater is 95 miles across from one side to the other. He said if you get on Google Earth, you can see a bowl.
And this is in the ocean, or is it
part half and half ocean, half on the
land?
On land.
Okay.
That was pretty interesting seeing all the Mayan ruins of.
So wait a minute. You're telling me a meteor is what killed all the dinosaurs? Not I thought it was like the Ice Age or something.
Well, that's what caused the Ice Age.
This meteor did?
Yes. That's when the asteroid hit. It blocked out the sun. Supposed to
kind of knock the thermostat off the wall there. Interesting. So you did. You got to see the Mayan ruins, which is freaking awesome. Like amazing. The Mayans and the Aztecs, blow me away. Some of their technology that they had. To
be standing on top of all them pyramids is you can just imagine the town. It was a town. That's what it was. They said one of the Well, I have to show you some pictures. One of the pyramids was a building set on top of it. That's where they brought in all their gold and everywhere. To this day, they still mine salt from the exact period we were at. They still
Really?
from that back then. They still do the exact same ways as they do
Really?
now.
They don't use like modern technology. They use the
Same
original.
old. They got sticks in the
That's
ground.
crazy because I remember in school, uh, in the history books, looking at those pictures
Yep.
of the Mayans and Aztecs, and that's
It was very interesting. I mean,
Well-
even my 10-year-old daughter thought it was interesting.
what was one of the coolest things. What is your favorite part about the whole Mayan ruins?
Just the history of it. I mean, how I asked him how these pyramids were, I don't know, 50, 60 feet tall. How they stacked them and put them together back then.
Yeah, they didn't have like forklifts
Now,
or.
this was back before Jesus and all of that, AD, when they did it.
That's crazy.
And they said then the people, the architect guy, he was there. He said that when they discovered it all, they dug over 300 bodies come out of the center of that.
So what did they do with them?
They took them to the Smithsonian and all that stuff.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty neat.
That was pretty cool.
Seeing that.
I know you showed me some pictures of like the sacrificial site there.
Yes.
Tell me about that. Tell us about
That was where they didn't say, somebody didn't come, I want to sacrifice my body. No, they're like, you are sacrificing your body.
So they pretty much told you.
Yes, you're getting, and they cut you and pulled your heart out and showed it to you. And he said, if you
It's like
was
some Spartan.
yes, they said, he said, if you was holy enough, you could see your heartbeat for 9 seconds before you died.
And if you weren't, you just maybe one or two
Yeah.
times.
And they tossed you to the side. They didn't do nothing, just threw you to the side.
So what did they do with you after, like, if you were holy enough?
I
Did they, like-
didn't ask for that part.
They just sacrificed us. So
No,
That's-
but they took the blood and it run down your arm, and it was some weird
big
stuff.
story. So
Yeah.
y'all want to know about that? Y'all need to look that up. It was
Yeah.
it's pretty
The
cool.
Progreso, Mexico.
But it was funny. I was just sitting there, and I was, I knew you were down there, and you sent me that about how you never guess where I'm at, and I'm a history nerd, and I was like, I can't believe you sent me this because I guess you just like, oh, Rick like this. So yeah, so the trip, the cruise, Mexico, food good.
Yeah, all
Food's
great.
always good. And
Always great.
it's totally different than restaurants
The
here.
Coronas that I drink up here is not the same.
not even
as
the same?
down there. Believe me.
They have Keystone in there.
I don't know. That's sissy beer.
I don't know. That's probably I'm
That's
just
a
going
lot.
for Keystone. No, I like Dos Equis though. Dos Equis draft. So when we go to Fiesta Acapulco in Sturgis, favorite freaking American Mexican restaurant is they have Dos Equis on draft.
we watched them make homemade salsa in front of us, like or not salsa, but the guacamole. The little dude pushed his little cart out there and made it right in front of us,
That's pretty cool.
and it was amazing.
Better than you ever had.
Oh, better ever. I mean, you can't recreate it.
What kind of food did you have on a cruise ship? Was it all gluten free?
I don't know.
Didn't the biscuits taste funny?
I didn't eat no biscuits.
Why not? You didn't get
They
breakfast.
didn't have biscuits and gravy there. I was like, I'm a country boy. I need
So
biscuits and gravy.
ours had when we went a couple Aprils ago. They had biscuits and gravy, but everything's like gluten free.
And it hurt my stomach.
Everything like to me tastes like cardboard. I don't know.
Yes.
But
It wasn't really good food. I mean, I went on the Mardi Gras last year. It was pretty good, but this one here just
wasn't as good. Yeah.
wasn't as good. The molten cake was the best, probably of it all.
All the sweet stuff was good.
Always.
Did you win any money in the casino?
No, we didn't talk about that. I did for a while. And I thought I was good. I won $50. I'm like, oh my god.
So
I thought I was getting there. Then I was like, nope, I'm done.
no money on the casino. Did you lose? So you're up $50.
About even.
About even.
Yeah, probably about even. Maybe a little more over.
Okay. All right.
A lot of drinks.
They have free drinks.
No.
Or you had to pay for your drinks, or did you get the drink package?
Drink package.
That's good. Yeah, that's don't go on a cruise if you don't buy the drink package. If you drink
Yeah,
alcoholic
definitely.
beverages.
$15 a drink.
Well, yeah, like the 12-ounce beer was like 16 or
It's
something. I can't remember what it was.
for
Like
a normal.
it's
glass
ridiculous.
drink.
It's stupid. I mean,
So I was like, yeah, I went and got.
after a couple of those, you're just like, oh.
Then I sit on top on this. Whenever it was snowing up here, I was.
Oh yeah,
Somebody.
you were like, you sent me some pictures and stuff, and you're like, hey, I'm like, oh, it's rainy and 32 to 35 degrees.
It's cold.
You're like, I'm sitting in shorts in 88-degree weather. First, you were like, I'm walking through Walmart in
Yeah.
shorts. It's 77 here, and you were in Mississippi then
Mississippi.
on your way down.
Picayune or Picano, something like that. Mississippi. It's on the border of Louisiana and Mississippi. There's a seafood place there. I sent you the picture of
Yeah.
what it was called. I don't know how to pronounce it. Best seafood in my life.
We'll have to I'll have to dig in during this when I edit this out a little bit. I'll put some of this stuff up so people
Best
can see
food.
it.
You seen the oysters I sent you? You know, you like oysters like me. You know,
Oh
half
yeah,
shell.
yeah.
They was perfect.
So when we went to Orange Beach last year, we went to a place that showed you how to make your own horseradish.
Hmm.
Super easy. Like it's unbelievable.
It's a
It's
roux.
ketchup. No,
Oh,
no, it's ketchup or not horseradish. What is that stuff that you put on your oysters?
I know what you're
That red
talking about.
stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, anyway, that sauce is ketchup, horseradish, and something else. Like
Cocktail sauce or
yeah,
something.
cocktail sauce, homemade cocktail sauce.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at you. Yeah, homemade cocktail sauce, ketchup, horseradish, and Worcestershire sauce. Mix it up. Boom.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Try it.
It was good stuff. And we were at the Oyster House.
This place then I don't know. I eat so much. I eat enough for a family. Believe me. I eat soft shell crab, the whole thing. Just pick it up and eat it.
Yeah.
I never had soft shell crab.
Yeah.
Snow crab. Oh, my 10-year-old. She never. You know, Erin. She's like, what is that? I said, look. She just looks like a giant spider. I said, hang on. I cracked it open, dipped it in butter. I said, here. She's like, oh my god.
So we usually go. We haven't been in a while.
I want to go.
And I'm sorry. Over to McLeansboro, Illinois, to Deep South. They have all you can eat snow crab.
I want to go with you.
And it's like $50, I think. Man, you get the snow crab and a bucket of beer, dude, sit there. And we usually go. We'll get there about 3:30, and there has been times when the wife and mom get up and leave and then come back and pick up me and Wayne.
Oh, I'd be bad if I go over there with you.
Oh, dude, it's I think the latest. We went over there one time at 2:45, 3 o'clock, and we left like at 7:30. Like we just gorge on.
Oh, I did. Whenever I was,
it's really good.
Up there down there in Mississippi, they brought me the menu.
So shout out to Deep South in McLeansboro, Illinois.
I can't remember the name of that.
I'll have to look. You have to look it up.
And then, but I go down there and I give me the oysters. And I said, "Oh, I gotta have some oysters on half shell," because they said if it's in season. So I asked her. I said, "What's in season?" On the thing, she's like, anything. I was like, oh yeah, so I want some oysters on the half shell.
So they had everything while you were there. Perfect.
So I said, I want us half an order, but they brung them out. They were amazing.
That place there?
Yes.
So it's Atchafalaya Seafood Company. Dustin Heron, if you watch this, make sure or Tim King, one of y'all. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right or not, but Atchafalaya Seafood Company, 232 Frontage Road, Pickline, Mississippi.
Something like that. Mississippi.
Yeah, PK Line, Mississippi. I'm gonna check that out when we go down there.
It's amazing. And then I was like, she's like, well, here, take this. Here's a sampler powder. It's got everything on it. So I got crawdads. Let's see, fried oysters, fried soft shell crab, snow crab, hush puppies. It was something else. I can't remember. Shrimp. I mean, it was a plate. And
was you get like a seafood sampler or just?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what they said. It was a seafood sampler. She's like, you like this?
Loaded up. Loaded up.
They were like, oh my god.
So I like those all you can eat seafood things too, right? But it's got to be real seafood. Yes. I'm not talking about like Shoney shrimp. You know what I mean?
This was from the south.
And I seen a place in Indianapolis when I'm at work, and we'll take a patient up there. There's all you can eat sushi, and there's another one in Nashville. I know you're not big on sushi. And I'm not talking about the rolled up rice. Yeah. I'm talking about the sashimi, however
fish
you say it. Fish bake, raw fish. That's what I'm talking about. I just want to sit down and just eat myself until I get all kinds of different worms. Eating raw fish. So you know what I did? So a couple years ago, we were fishing. And I caught a bass. I was like, dude, I'm gonna eat me some. I got me some sushi, right? No, man. I cut that sucker open and chunked him, and there's like they hit the sucker had worms just crawling out. So I caught some bluegill. I've done the same thing with them. I did. It's not even the same.
Mm-mm.
It's weird. I don't know if it's the salt water.
I think so.
That makes it taste weird. It's just it's not the same.
Don't eat a koi goldfish either. It don't taste like that.
Well, so they say koi's good. How'd you eat it raw?
No, I cooked it.
You fried it.
It's like got hair needles in it, like hair bones. You cannot get it all out. It was not. It tasted okay, but
it was just kind of dangerous to eat. Just like
jab your throat.
I remember when I was a kid, I was eating fish and got choked on a catfish bone. Like after mom beat me on the back so many times, they finally poured vinegar. Poured vinegar down. Drink his vinegar. So,
Some
let's go ahead and get
memories.
into a story. Let's just go ahead and break it out. Let's break out the cigarette episode.
Yeah, number 8. Yeah.
So
over top of we had a tree house. Remember the tree house?
I do. And I was telling Keith Sires about this, and number 8 Road
It's in Sturgis.
in Sturgis.
People
What was it
know,
called? Markham Road.
Markham Road. And Grangertown.
Yeah.
Markham Road. Camp 8, because you used to be coal mines.
So we called it number 8 Road. Oh man. So listen, we done all kinds of crap. Like
we did.
Half of these kids nowadays will never get to experience the joys of pushing a lawnmower frame up a hill just to ride it down.
No computers, no cell phone.
You throw a 12 or 8 or 12-year-old in a tire and roll them down the hill and watch what happens. So here we are, summertime, ain't it? Summertime.
Yeah, it was summer. We was
what were we doing?
10, 12, somewhere in there.
Yeah. What were we doing?
We just walked around in the neighborhood.
We were just jacking around.
Yeah, and we was going to James Berry's house, I think, because you walked by and there was a black car. I don't remember what kind it was. I remember it was black. You said there were cigarettes.
It was a whole pack.
It was a whole pack.
Unopened.
And we turned around and you grabbed them. We took off running back to the treehouse. We got toothpaste. Remember the toothpaste?
I do. So we climbed up in it. So we got the cigarettes and then we got toothpaste, took them up with us, didn't we? Yeah.
We were smoking cigarettes, and then my little brother,
we smoked like almost the whole pack.
Tommy come up there and says, "Give me one." We're like, no.
Yeah. Then he went down.
Got through a hammer at him, remember?
Yes. Yeah. The hammer, and then y'all got in that fight. That's when you got to fight. So you threw the hammer at him, and then you got the two. Y'all actually started fighting. And then you got the two before they had the nail in it, and then smoked him with that. So then, Tommy went and told on us.
Yep.
About stealing the cigarettes, and it was out of Termus's. Which one, hog or pig? Which one?
One of them. They both
Michael.
They lived
Michael's car. Anyway, they lived there, right next door to the Owens, and nothing was said. Yeah. And I was like, "Hey, can Bill come spend the night?" And they're like, "Oh yeah." I never even thought about it. How quick they were to say yeah, because usually it's like, "I don't know, we got stuff to do or whatever." But it's like, yeah. So we go to my house. I live on Dunswich. We go to my house, and I don't remember what we were doing. We were jacking around,
playing. I don't remember we were doing something playing, and your dad said, "Come here, man, boy."
Oh yeah, because we had that big pile of riprap
in the front
yard, big old rocks.
We've
been jacking around for a few hours after we got there. Like he was slick. He was slick about this. So we had this big pile of riprap that he was going to put in the ditch, keep it from washing away, and he made us pack. Them freaking rocks.
Someone was bigger than two of us together.
Yeah. And I'm not talking like a bucket full. I'm talking like a freaking a mound of it, right? And we had to pack all of them to one spot. And then after we got them all over there, he said, "Okay, we'll put them back."
I remember that.
And then that's when we started mouthing. I think you started mouthing.
Like,
you ain't my daddy.
I told us I ain't come back over again.
And I don't think you did for a long time.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I think I got my butt tore up after we took you home.
I can remember one time you lived on Nunswich. You had that creek in the backyard, and it was flooded. And we remember you had a bathtub which had to float it.
Yeah, it never did really work very well, did it?
We did so much crazy crap.
We didn't plug the hose, I don't think.
No.
I don't know what happened with it.
Then
that fiberglass bathtub.
Yeah, I remember that back creek back there.
Yeah, that was always a good time. I remember I saw my tooth went through my lip. James Neal gave me a pair of cowboy boots, a pair of slick cowboy boots, son. Man, they looked good, and they were slicker and snot on the bottom. And I had them, and we had that one rock in that creek that went up as a triangle, and that's kind of, we'd stand on it. And I'd started up it, and I hit the corner of it, and it knocked this tooth out, and it went through my lip. I still got the scar. And it was hanging on the other side. Like it'd come all the way through, like the nerve. And I remember Chase being scared to death of it.
Oh, Chase, my nephew, your cousin, he was...
Oh, man, hell of a guitar player, man. He turned into a heck of a guitar player. Yeah,
I haven't seen
that boy can pick a guitar like there's no tomorrow. Tell you who else can pick a guitar now, Turtle. Turtle's been smoking down on guitar.
I seen
him.
Anyway,
so the creek and...
Then we got married and we had kids and we decided we're going to go venture into this abandoned coal mines. Remember that? They're in the coal in Curlew.
Yeah, so the coal mine episode, man, that's the dumbest crap I've ever done. I think out of everything we've done,
that was probably the stupidest.
That's probably the stupidest.
When I say old, we mean old. Like it had
it had the rails in it, and it was the old donkey mines. crawling back, and we had to crawl through some of these holes, like trying to squeeze through them. And then I remember getting so far back, I was like, man, it's kind of hard to breathe in here. And we were like, yeah, no. We just go off into another hole. Like that, I mean, that crap could have like caved in on us at any
explosion,
time.
anything. I mean, we had a. That's when we had that camera back there. You're like, this coal is so pure. Look,
Yeah, man. If we would have still had those videos, man, that
I'm
would have been.
telling you.
I could have we could have threw them out there for everybody for some good entertainment.
Things have changed now. I come here, you give me stuff to take back home.
So yeah, I remember when I was a kid. Every time I'd go to Papa's, and I'd spend the night. I'd be like, and the next day or whenever it was, I was leaving.
Yeah.
Bill, what are you gonna give me?
I'll give you something.
Something. You'd always give me one of your toys, or I don't even know. Oh my
I
goodness,
remember that. That was good days.
some good times. So yeah, we got a one episode. We'll talk about perconitis. That's a disease that I don't know if a lot of people. I think it probably runs in everybody's family.
I think so, but ours is thick.
Ours is thicker than mud.
Now you talk about your ADD, ADHD. We got the perconitis disease. That's bad.
Yeah. We'll get into some stories on the perconitis. That's going to be a good filler. That's going to be a good one. We'll really sit down and think about some good times and let everybody know. But man, we had that freedom growing up though. You know,
I loved it.
We had so much more than what everybody else has. It's unreal that some of these kids have never ventured off in the woods. I mean, we get up freaking butt crack of dawn, son. And Papa, every time I spend the night with y'all. Thinking to work?
Everyone would be in our sleep thinking to work.
Thinking to work what? Windshield wiper, Billy Goes ass.
That's all right. Ricky Dick Dick, can you
Ricky Dick Dick? Yeah.
We had some good time. And then how many families take a station wagon, haul goats and hay?
Oh man, dude. I got bullied enough in school. Imagine riding through town in a crap brown station wagon with hay on top and goats in the back of it.
Yeah, and 6 kids.
Man, we had that white Oldsmobile station wagon. We got from maybe Billy Dyer there in Sturgis. Right across from where. You know what I'm talking about, right behind Food Giant.
Yeah.
It was a white Oldsmobile, had like wood panel or something stripped down the side of it.
I remember it.
It's like a brand new dash. It had low miles. And in the wagons, the seats face back. You can
the back one, yeah.
I remember coming, I don't know, probably come from your house. We had tomatoes and shit. Here I am. I'm throwing tomatoes out the back window of semis.
Oh, speaking of that, you remember with the
dirt clod.
Yes.
I'll let you tell that one.
We were young. I mean, we was like 6, 8 years old, real young. I lived in Uniontown, way out in the country. And then, so we had this bank. I remember we was throwing dirt clods at cars going by. And I remember this. It was a brown El Camino. Here it comes by. Rick rears back, throws the dirt clod. The dude's passenger window was down.
So here's the thing. Up until this point, we hadn't hit one car or truck or nothing. This freaking El Camino
comes by. Yeah. Rick throws it, hits the dude, he locks her up. We're gone.
So if you were the guy driving the El Camino on, was it 360?
I think so. Whatever comes the back way coming into Utah.
Yeah, 360.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's probably gone now.
Remember we caught that freaking field on fire?
This was about 400 yards from the road. So I told my mom the guy flicked a cigarette out and it landed on it.
Oh, sorry. That was a good time.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all want stories? We got stories. And
told Brandon Caps one time we had some
Brandon, I'm so sorry.
We had a black shoe polish in a can. We told him it was Skull. We just pretend like we put it in our mouths. We told him to do it.
He did. Yeah, man, we got a lot of stories coming up, and this is
the best one would have had my dad if he was still alive.
Oh,
he have him sitting here telling stories.
Yeah,
my God,
it'd be a good time. Man, it would be a good time.
All kinds of crazy crap we've done.
Yeah, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah,
like, this ain't even. We haven't even got into details.
Then we got what do you call it? After we moved in together. We moved over on Midnight Road. That was just, I don't know what do you call them episodes we did, running around.
Man, we were just
hiding stuff in an oatmeal container, digging it out back,
digging out back, hiding it.
Yeah, and then just different going through Superman because he obsessed with Superman,
Yeah.
Some things we did.
Had a good time.
It was the best.
It was, man, and it's like you're saying, man. Kids don't get to experience that stuff now. You know.
No, no fun because we get in trouble. Go to your room. Now it's like get out of your room, man. Do something.
Get out, get outside, and get off that video game. Get off your phone. That's what I tell everybody. Them phones are ruined.
Yep.
Even as adults,
I can remember going
I'm
over
the same way. I mean,
Chase's house. Go play tars. He'd give you all the broken ones.
All the broken ones. We get the broken ones. He get the good ones.
He get the good ones.
Man, that boy had a heck of a track around that big oak tree. Remember that base of that big oak tree?
He had all the good tractors, and he'd give us the broken ones.
He collected them tractors. I don't know if he still got all of his. I bet he does. I bet he still got all of them. Remember the time we seen that wounded deer? And I went to grab it.
It kicked you right by the house in the COVID.
It beat the crap out of me.
I remember that.
That deer's hurt. I'm going to go get it.
You jumped on it and it kicked you.
That sucker beat the crap out of me.
I remember that.
God dang.
I remember that. That was some good times. Anything would be funny to have listen to.
I remember jumped by like 30 of them boys from, man.
Hit me with a piece of rebar, slammed your head on the thing. I said,
they slammed mine about 7 times. And I was like, you got that shotgun behind the seat? Give it to me.
We've had some mudding stories.
We've had some good times, yeah.
Got shocked by electric fence before.
Yeah, several times.
We'll tell you that story.
That story's a good story. That's
because we'd be here all night.
Yeah, we're gonna
talk. Yeah,
we got a lot of good stories. Perkinitis is going to be really good. That episode's going to be good.
Even though Molly, I know you'll watch it. Molly's my sister. She's got a little bit of it.
Everybody's got it, I think.
Yeah,
everybody's got it.
Molly does. Tommy does bad.
Tommy's got Perkinitis really bad. Yeah, man. Yeah, if Peppa was still alive, man, he'd be very entertaining on this for sure. Even Uncle Jim, hell, Uncle Sammy would too.
Yeah, I missed Uncle Jim. He was my buddy.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff we've done. You notice my beard's shorter?
Yeah, so
that car backfired.
Tell me about how that happened.
I used to be down to here. I was working on a car. It backfired, burnt half of it off.
Yeah, but why did it backfire?
Because I was shooting ether into the carburetor trying to get it to start. Burnt my eyelashes off.
You sent me that picture, like the middle of it's missing. It was like jagged up. I'm just glad you didn't get burned up. A buddy of mine, he had a fire accident just not too long ago. He just got out of the hospital a few days ago. Was trying to start his fireplace and exploded on him and burned him up pretty bad. So I'm glad he's home doing okay.
There was somebody up here in Evansville, up here at Vomac. They was cut and it blew up, burned them bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess you consider me still a hillbilly Kentucky boy. Can't take it out of me.
You're not. It don't matter.
I live in Boonville, Indiana. But
listen, Bill. You can put a suit on. All right. You can take the trash out of the trash can, but you can't take the trash out of the trash. You know what I mean? Right. So
country boy.
Yeah, no.
People say that I've listened to people. We grew up poor. I said no.
And that's why I was telling Keith. I was like, I live in a school bus.
I remember that.
He's like, what? I was like, I lived in a school bus while we were building the cabin. And once we got the cabin built,
you didn't have mattresses. I remember
we didn't have mattresses.
Plywood.
Yeah. So he was like, are you kidding? I was like, dude, on top of that's not even it. Like we went. But the coolest thing about living in a school bus, we didn't live in it for like ever. It was like while they were building the cabin or whatever. I had a pet fox. I barely remember it, but we had a pet fox. We moved into the cabin, and you hear them old timers are like, "Yeah, we had snow on the window." Yeah, we did too. I had snow on the window. Like, you get up with diarrhea or having to pee really bad and trot your happy butt out to the outhouse because we didn't have a toilet inside.
I remember that.
I'm only 45 years old. I shouldn't experience that, but I did.
I remember that big old hill.
Dude, I'm grateful for it. McDowell Hill is what we called it. I took Mandy up there several years ago to see the old place.
It's still there?
Yeah, the shell of the cabin's still there, and the dang school bus is still sitting right off the side of the hill. I was like, that's the bus. Yeah, we went up there, and the family that lives there now, they had some goats, so they gave me some goat's milk, and I love some goat's milk. But that's beside the point. They Mama and Papa McDowell built their little house, and Uncle Mark and Aunt Debbie, and then Uncle Mike and Aunt Zelda built theirs, and man, it was such a good time. Snow. I think we probably got some pictures somewhere of us on Carhood on going down the big
that driveway was steep. Well, I remember that driveway.
Yeah, so I don't want to hear about
Yeah.
if you're my age, if you're our age. I don't want to hear about oh, I had a rough time because I didn't get a Nintendo when I didn't get a
I didn't get
Nintendo
my.
until it was out for like 6 or 7 years.
I remember.
And we only got one.
I remember
We're
going to
six
your
kids.
house whenever I was probably about 10, 11, and your dad would come in off the road and he'd go rent the Nintendo.
Oh yeah, rent the Nintendo, rent the
And
VCR.
VCR,
That
yes.
was so much fun.
I
Go to
remember
Marion
that.
Video, Miss
Yeah.
Kirby. I think it was Miss Kirby.
I remember that.
Uh, man, that was such a good time. I wish we could do that.
I didn't get my first cell phone until I was 18.
Yeah, well, I moved off to Lexington, and then when I came back, I got a cell phone. Hell, I
Yeah.
was what 20?
Yeah,
I think I was. Yeah, 19, 20.
I love it. The back then, I still love it.
I would give everything technology wise to go back to that.
It's more family oriented because you go in a store thing. I'll go into restaurants in a family. They're all on their phones.
Yeah.
They're on. They ain't talking. They ain't carrying on. They're like arguing with each other.
Yeah, throw it to parents ain't yelling at the kids to sit down.
I could remember going to church and act up. You wait till we get home. Wait till I tell your daddy.
No, I remember going to church. It wasn't even wait until you get home. It was right then and there most of the time, unless Dad wasn't there. But rarely. I mean, Dad usually was the one that took us a lot of the times. So yeah, no, if we jacked around,
it's all over TikTok. Gen X.
Yeah.
Gen X is that's us.
Yeah, it's a real deal. It's,
you can't beat down a Gen X guy.
Nah, and I've been under the rock that's under the rock.
That's
you know,
right.
and it's just like, it's all right. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah,
It's
it's
nothing.
You're gonna need it. I can remember when you moved out.
Did you see the videos of the kids crying because they had to work a full 8-hour shift?
I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh my gosh!
What about think how these
Like,
kids
dude.
were acting when me and you moved out? What we eat? Crackers with butter on.
Fruity
Pebbles,
crackers and butter, and bread and butter.
That's right.
Every now and then, macaroni and cheese.
That's some good days.
Until Mom moved in with us.
Yeah. Then we had pig skulls hanging on the wall. Dial up internet. Yeah, you got to call.
Then if you called the house, and you had to call it like 7 times for her to kick her off the dang or anybody off the internet,
so she could.
That's a story. We'll add it in next one of the next episodes. We'll just call it the dial-up episodes.
I got some cooking because I like to cook a little bit. So
yeah,
I'm gonna try yours today. We'll
try some ribs. We're gonna cook some ribs. Timer's going off. I don't know if that's my timer or if it's her baked bean timer.
It was 40 minutes will go, so it might be ours.
All right, so we're gonna
see you next time.
I'd like to thank Ironstein Coffee out of Morganfield, Kentucky, for also sponsoring us. Ironstein Coffee is based in the farming community of Morganfield, Kentucky. We work with farmers in Columbia to bring you the finest coffee beans. They've got about 6 or 7 different brews, man. Dude, have you been to Jen's General Store? So Jerry is part of Ironstein, and Jen has Jen's General Store. The old nostalgic drinks.
Really? With real sugar.
With the real sugar. The old candies that we're used to.
Yeah.
She's got everything. She's got LA. She's got everything. Right there. It's right on the corner of Court and Main. Right there on the corner.
In Morganfield?
Yeah. You remember, where the Renaissance Center thing is? It's right across from there. Right there. You've got to go. Deli sandwiches. Unbelievable stuff, though. Like, you want to go back to when we were a kid? Right there. Well, anyway. Catch us next time.
Yeah, we have ADHD really bad. Yeah. So we get off on subjects and
just catch us next time. Perkinitis. Yeah, well, that's what we'll do the next episode on perkinitis. Okay. So to learn about perkinitis, catch us next time on Beers with Billy.